everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Good afternoon. Hammer's headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Don't forget to go back and check out our two-part exclusive interview. I'm going to keep banging on about it because it's a bloody good interview. It's probably my most favourite interview of all time. But we had a two-part with the one and only Joe Cole. First part was all about his early time at West Ham and growing up as a kid and going into the youth teams and all that type of stuff. Some fascinating stories about Sir Alex Ferguson and just West Ham in general, that period of time. And then the second half is all about his return. We talk about England. We talk about whether he wants to get into management, and also his My Hammers 11, which he spent a lot of time in deliberating because he wanted to make sure the balance was right. But it's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. This morning we spoke about a couple of David Moyes' key men who could be leaving. One definite has had his notice in, but maybe another one is on his way. Lunchtime we talk about a number of players who current players who are looking to leave. And now we're going to talk about some players who potentially going to be joining or could be joining in January and beyond. We've got four, and they're all defenders. So in the case of the defence, I'm going to call this show today. So let's start with the title screen. So apparently, West Ham are heavily linked with the Athletic Mineiro left back Guillermo Arana. What's his name? Arana. What's his name? And according to 90 Minutes, we're going to be formalising our interest in the defender in the January transfer window as we search for another left back. To me, that's a key area. Just something to give Emerson some competition, but also an option. If he's out, then we're sort of buggered on that left-hand side. Aaron Cresswell is there, but he could well be leaving in January. And maybe Arana could be his replacement, as well as other left-back options that we've been linked with over the last few days. But it's a key area for us to get some bodies in. In all honesty, as I said, Emerson, I think, has been one of the standout performers this season. But all it takes is a tweak or a stumble, and that's his out. For a few weeks, and then we've sort of buggered. Really, we've tried Tilo Kehrer there, Ben Johnson, and Aaron Cresswell obviously there as well. We do have the option of maybe moving Naif to left back as well potentially, and bringing in Mavropanos in the centre half. But it's not an ideal situation. So. It's according to the media outlet, the Hammers had representatives present at the Brazil versus Venezuela game a few days ago, where they drew 1-1 at home to Venezuela. And the idea being was we were watching Arana, who is a Brazilian international. Wolves and Brentford were also representatives there watching the left back, which is always good when someone like Brentford are looking at him as well, because we're always sort of saying, scouting like Brentford and Brentford were there as well. He's got 12 months left of his contract at Athletic Mineiro. And a move for January, he believes his club will not stand in his way should a bid come in for him. Brazil have struggled, a long time themselves to find a permanent left back in the first team, and Arana sort of has emerged as the ideal solution because he's been playing fantastically for his club. As I said, 12 months left, so the chances are they'll want to take some money from him now rather than risk losing him for nothing next in the summer. He's 26, so he's reaching those crucial ages in terms of getting into his form. So arguably, it's great to see. I mean, this guy's young, he's hungry, he's been courted by many other clubs as well over the last sort of year or so. But I think, I think we could definitely make a move for him. And we'll see what happens if the interest is formalised in January. Another player we've been linked with is the AC Milan player, Malik Thrall. I'm definitely butchering that. But he's one of the players we've been looking at. A very exciting player. And according to what report was this one? Let's have a look to make sure. According to Italian journalist Manuel Biolocini, West Ham, he's certainly on the radar at West Ham. He's someone that Tim apparently has recommended to Mr. Moyes. He's been capped by Germany twice, and he's been labelled an elite level talent. and we could well make a move for him in January. He's 6'4", so he's a big lad. And it's suggested that West Ham are winning the race to bring him to London Stadium. He's a central defender by trade, but he can also operate as right back or even in defensive midfield. So for me, he definitely is coming in as a replacement to potentially Thilo Kehrer, because that's what Thilo Kehrer can do. And the chances are that he's been linked with a move to Bayern Munich with Thomas Tuchel, apparently a fan of the German international. So it could be one in, one out. He's had 7 appearances for Serie A this season, and has averaged 1.1 tackles, 2.7 clearances, and 1.7 successful aerial duels per game. He has a 93% pass completion rate as well. Apparently, Milan are going to be looking at around 26 million quid for him. He's 22, and this is the type of player we need to be buying. Elite level. He's 22. He's a big lad. He's progressive, and I think also with the reports of Zuma maybe potentially a move from the Saudi League could be on for him in January. Someone like Malik coming in could be a really nice replacement. And I said there's the option of him playing right back. A 6'4" right back. That's just like Big Dan Burn for Newcastle, isn't it? But tell you what, the land of the Giants even more so. Could you imagine him alongside? Could you imagine if we kept Naya Faged? He's 6'2". Then you've got what's name? Say Mavropanos comes in. He's 6'3", 6'4", maybe. Malik's the same height as well. JWP will be wetting himself at that prospect. And then just to add to this land of the Giants, we've been heavily linked over the last transfer window and this one as well, the one coming up with the Bayer Leverkusen left-sided centre-back / left-back, Piero Hincapié. Is again, this guy, in terms of the type of player we're going to be bringing in. I mean, he's 21, and he's got all the attributes to really make it in the Premier League. An exceptional young talent. And according to Claret and Hugh, reckons that Hincapie could be an option at West Ham. He's been capped by his nation, Ecuador, 27 times, an elite level. Again, another elite level centre-back who can operate as a left-back if need be, and could be a huge statement signing. Him and Malik Thiaw, I think both of them could be huge for West Ham, and very comfortable with the ball at his feet. In Germany, he's highly regarded as one of the best passers in terms of the defenders in the game there. And again, very strong pass completion rate. And he's sort of that, he's mature beyond his age because he's played so many games for Ecuador as well. So he's very well developed. And at the age of 21, having 27 caps under your belt already is bloody impressive. And another player we've scouted, and we mentioned him the other day actually, but in reference to X's XWHU employees article the other day about Aaron Cresswell, a potential replacement could be the Porto Nigerian international left back Sanusi, not the dishwasher. He's a left back. And apparently we have been scouting him several times at Porto to keep an eye on him. But someone like Sanusi could be, I mean, he's 26, and as the club were impressed when they went to see him, so they're keeping him on tabs. So we've got plenty of options coming up in January, but I think we'll have to move people on to bring people in, if that makes sense. Because just in terms of funds, I think in terms of available funds. And that's it, my friends. As I said, please make sure you check out our Joe Cole interview. Go and check out our other shows earlier today. One in the morning, one at lunchtime, and then obviously we've got today. Keep an eye on the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This time next week or next Monday will be the first of our new show, the West Ham Boxing Show, where we talk about all things to do with West Ham and boxing. The latest news, the latest British cards. Talk about we'll have trainers on, we'll have boxers on. It'll be really, really good show, and I think it's something a bit different, but something which a lot of West Ham fans are interested in. So that's why we do it. And there's loads of boxers out there who are big West Ham fans, and we've had a few of them on the channel and a few trainers as well. So keep an eye on that. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. Peace out.